agenda. Do a roll call.
Kathy Chandler, member.
Bob Gilbert, member.
Terry Waite, member.
Ray Kachowski, member.
Wendy Rathgeber, alternate.
Irene Odowitz, alternate.
Okay, let's see, we can seat Wendy for Nancy and Harry for Cindy. Let's see. We don't have a lot going on this week. How about the minutes? We'll do the December 12th, 2013 meeting minutes.
Well, excellent job on the minutes, considering the complicated affairs. Wasn't able to find anything. I'm very disappointed.
Oh, I'm happy to disappoint you then.
I didn't find anything.
I have a motion.
Move the minutes be accepted, approved as written.
Okay.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Passed. New business. There's nothing on the old business. We don't have anything on the new business unless somebody from the board has anything. Communications. We received some guidelines from the Registry of Deeds and what should be on the approved Mylars, how they should look and what information they should contain. So everybody has a copy, and this month's homework is it's required reading. There will be a test on this the next time we have a subdivision. And I think it's interesting because some of the things they said in the title box are the things that Terry's been after and get it put in there. So.
Once again,
And now he's up on the hill. There's no end to this.
Is there enough oxygen up there?
there's not. No, it is pop coming out here.
Committee reports. The Transportation Committee.
Yeah, we have a little bit to report, not quite what we hoped to have prepared for today. The town did receive 3 proposals, one from the SE Group, which we had expected, one from EcoSign, they're based out of Vancouver, and one from LSC Corporation, Transportation Consultants, they're based in Colorado. Our committee has not had a chance to meet and really read through them and discuss them carefully yet. They were just opened on Monday. But I think the bottom line for what we were hoping to do today was to establish a number for the budget. The bottom line ranges for these 3, the lowest was $59,908, so about $60,000.
Wait a minute. Here. Morning, Bill.
Morning, Ray. Late.
Wendy was just starting a report on the transportation.
Okay.
A short report. But the range, like I said, the lowest was about $60,000. And that was the EcoSign. The SE Group came in at $77,000 to $100,000, and LSC came in at $71,415. So I spoke with Mark yesterday, and his thought was that if we leave the $90,000 on the table, we would still have time. Our interviews are supposed to be finished by January 23rd. And at that point, if we feel, and we'd like to, ideally, be able to lower the number to go proposed into the budget. But at that time, if we feel that we've overlooked anything and that we can realistically lower the budget number, then we can always go back to the selectmen with plenty of time. It's a cash item to go back and lower it. But first, now to keep it to 90, and our committee will just have to get on the ball. And the other aspect is that we would probably need to call a special meeting of the planning board once we've finished the interviews, just to be able to formally present what we've found to the board, so we're all definitely on the same page going forward. And so again, Mark was suggesting perhaps that 23rd, I think, is the Thursday of that week. Perhaps we could have a brief special meeting at that point to so we could present the results of our interviews.
Okay.
highly motivated.
What was the figures again?
They ranged, the lowest figure, two of the companies just gave flat figures, and that, the lowest was 59,908, or about 60,000. The mid-range was 71,415, and then the highest was SE Group, which ranged between 77 and 100,000. They gave a range in budget.
Those are pretty close bids, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's all within the ballpark. I have a feeling the lowest was the company way over Western Canada, and I can't help but wonder if travel costs would quickly increase that
Increase,
bottom
yeah.
line. They had estimated around 8,000 for travel budget. I don't know.
Which one was the one that,
Here we're
Cochrane
here.
has been working with so
That's
long?
the SE Group.
SE Group.
Yeah, they're from Burlington, and they did come in at the highest, which, like I said, was a little bit surprising. But I think we really need to chat with them and see if their scope of what they're planning within these budgets is really what we need as well. So,
The Vancouver group, are you gonna interview via Skype or something? Are they flying out?
theoretic, I would assume both them and the Colorado group, we would need to do some sort of conference call. I can't imagine asking,
No,
especially
budget
during
right
ski
there.
season down here, yeah.
I would suggest that you weigh your decision based on scope and competency of what they can do, not cost.
Yes.
And we can, I mean, even at 100 or 110, the town can, we figure out a way to come up with that money.
Yeah, yeah, all three, and I, like I said, I just had a time to read it last night, all three have a fair amount of history in working, with ski resort areas. In the Vancouver folks, they've been over in Europe, or Austria, Switzerland, LSC, of course, they're in Colorado, so they've worked with Breckenridge and all those guys out there, and we're pretty familiar with SE Group's expertise in especially in our neck of the woods, as well as Colorado. So there's a fair amount of background here, which is good.
Was there any, go
Who
ahead.
developed that core development? Who presented that?
That was the SE Group.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Is there any problem of having the same
I don't
people
know.
working for two sides?
I don't know that it could be. I mean, we might, one of the things we had discussed was it could be good to have another perspective. The other thing I was wondering, especially EcoSign, the folks in Canada, they had talked about collaborating a lot with other developers. It's just part of what they do. I think possibly because of their location, they're used to digitally communicating and transferring information. So the other thing is perhaps we could find a way to make it a more collaborative approach.
Did any one of them happen to use another title other than transportation study in their proposals?
There was meeting the transportation needs, transportation systems review, and transportation systems review twice. So it might have been the wording of the RFP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we had spoken about looking more at revitalization as a name for what we're looking to do, but that might have been a reflection of the RFP.
I still think that should be a consideration of trying to call it something else for and
Definitely.
presenting it to the town. Just,
Definitely. Yeah, we're not just rinsing and
something a little more
repeating here.
interesting, yeah.
Did you have any ideas?
I didn't. I tried.
You tried.
All of them were about that long. Trying to avoid the word transportation, but I mean it's a tough one because it really is more than that. It's like a conceptual. I mean, whole. You're trying to bring everything all around together, and when you say transportation, you immediately think of bus.
Yeah.
That's all you can think about.
Yeah.
It's true.
So Wendy, does the Vancouver group have experience with their own local ski resort areas?
They do, yeah, they had a fair amount. Some of it seemed a little bit more collaborative with other groups than necessarily diving in and doing soup to nuts, the whole thing. But, yeah.
But EcoSign, they also talked more than others about revitalization.
That's true, they did.
They're the ones who grabbed
Yes.
onto that right at the beginning. And
That's a good point, yeah.
They got me there with that.
Yeah.
we wanna plan for the meeting on the 23rd?
If that would work with everyone.
Is it 21st, you said?
23rd.
Does that give you enough time?
Hopefully. That,
I mean-
that it was our original time frame, so we would have to assume it would. It gives us a couple of weeks to.
That gives us a couple of weeks.
Okay. I think it should be good. We'll make it work.
We'll make it work.
Yeah. Stay within the time frame.
If not, you'll just wing it, right?
Yeah.
Would that be 8 o'clock here?
Yep. So we'll meet on January 23rd,
Maybe Wednesday or Friday or.
23rd at 8 a.m.
Oliver plays. My daughter's sleeping until.
What other kind of timetable you
No, I
have?
sleep until 10.
I should have brought it all with me. I don't have it all here. Where is it? No, it's in my other notebook. Didn't grab that.
What was the question?
What kind of timetable we have
The rest of our
for the rest of
schedule.
Of course, I didn't bring it with me either.
Yeah. I think it was mostly to have everything wrapped up before the first budget hearing,
Yeah.
which is February what? Not, I wanna say
It's
9th.
February, it's the second,
the 12th?
it's February, Bill, from last night, it was gonna be February,
What?
the budget,
Budget.
Budget
hearing.
review is February,
My folder's upstairs for
hold on,
selectmen.
is,
Your folders are
Is it February 6th?
that's, well, 6th is a,
Oh, yeah,
oh, wait a
the
minute,
fifth.
maybe I'm.
Fifth, it's the
Fifth,
fifth.
it's
Fifth.
like this
Fifth.
yellow,
It's-
yellow
Okay,
here.
I have
well,
my
yeah, I
notes as
can't
the fifth.
make the distance from the date from
Okay.
here.
Well, I think
Yes,
at that point
it's
we
a
wanted
date.
to,
6
Yeah.
o'clock in the
Yeah.
rec department, February 5th.
On February
Right.
5th, okay.
which is why we wanted to try and make the decision with the planning board,
Yeah,
before that.
And have
Okay.
time to go to selectmen
Right.
with that.
well, selectmen meet the 22nd, right?
Right.
Yes, the
Right.
22nd.
So you won't be able to go to the selectmen meeting.
Well, we can't submit it. You have, I don't know, can we communicate some other way besides at a meeting?
With us?
No, no, with the selectmen?
The special, not the interviews to report.
Well,
back.
we could probably get some of the selectmen to come to the special meeting.
January 20th.
That's the other way, you can ask them to show up if you want, if you need them there. I mean,
I
I don't know.
That might be,
Mark was gonna be here and I guess at a meeting last minute.
He isn't,
Yeah,
he
he
had a
is.
9 o'clock meeting
Yeah.
down in Manchester or Concord, I believe.
But that was, he was sort of, we reviewed the timeline yesterday and thought it would work.
it would be great to have, well, I would think it would be great to have the selectmen at the
It would
meeting
be.
that would
Yeah.
make the decision, because then the discussion happens with both the planning board and the selectmen together.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's protocol, you know.
Well, are you gonna set the meeting? Yeah, I'll notify, ask the other two selectmen to put it on their
The
calendar.
23rd
All right,
at 8 o'clock.
okay.
Is that okay?
And Mark will be back, I mean, later today, he'll be back by noon
Right.
time, I think, so we can double check with him.
Okay.
Good. Sounds like a plan.
I mean, 'cause if not, I don't know if we should, well, it looks like Mark will be back later, but on the other hand, do we, I mean, if we're meeting the 23rd in the morning, theoretically by the 22nd, we have everything figured out too in the
Right.
afternoon. So,
Maybe
if
the
need
22nd in the
be-
morning.
or the committee, you know, could go to the selectmen and then the planning board if that, but then it's not with the whole planning board discussion. So, we'll ask Mark when he gets back, I guess.
So should we just plan on getting an email to confirm the 23rd or?
Sure, we can do that.
I would say plan on the 23rd,
Yeah.
and then, yes, we'll get an email to confirm it,
Confirm.
but I think that we should
Yeah.
plan on that.
We
As a-
definitely want everyone's feedback.
Right,
Yeah.
you know, and if it's kosher to have the planning board and selectmen together, that would be ideal, to do one meeting.
Whoa, train
I
coming
know,
through?
sorry.
Train come through.
Transportation.
Sorry.
Okay,
I think that's about it.
Yeah.
okay, and that's good with the selectmen, the 23rd and the 22nd?
I have no idea, but we'll
No, but I
send
mean,
we'll send something out.
it
and let
makes
know.
sense,
Right,
so.
yeah.
Okay. I guess that's, concludes today's report.
Yes.
That's it on the agenda. Any privilege of the floor?
Just a couple things, the planning board at least should be aware of, there's a, case coming before the ZBA this, I think this weekend, involving, what as I understand is some lot line issues, and, so they're gonna meet on that. Just a heads up. The, more important is, we really need more members for the ZBA. They have some pretty tough exclusionary rules as to who can sit, depending on, you know, where the issue is. So if you've got any suggested names of people who'd be good candidates to join the ZBA, I think Kevin Brayton has agreed to do it. But we need more, all right? Please let me know and we'll pass them on, or let Mark know so we can pass them on.
Yeah, I did go to that first ZBA meeting that they had.
Yeah, I'm not
Interesting.
familiar at all. It's like, as with all of these, it's complicated. It's not clear cut.
Yeah, and they had a lot of issues that Terry
A lot
has
of
been
issues.
bringing up.
Really?
Yeah.
I did.
Any other privilege of the floor?
Conservation Commission, we are expecting to receive our wetland study on Monday, January 20th. Our meeting's at 9, busy month. The planning board is going to receive an invitation to attend, anybody that's interested. And I suggested to Dave Olarsh that he also plan on coming to the next planning board meeting if we can have an agenda, have him on the agenda to report to the planning board.
Okay, great.
What's that date, Harry, again?
The report's gonna be given to the
January
Conservation
20th.
Commission on, that's at 9 o'clock.
Okay. Anything else on the privilege of the floor? You have a motion to adjourn?
Get the motion. Adjourn the meeting.
All in favor?